When you think of sports, certain logos come to mind: Nike, Adidas, Red Bull. These brands have built their empires on athletic marketing. But if you've been paying close attention, there's a new player on the field. Ronaldo and Messi wear it. Federer and Nadal endorse it. The Paris Olympics couldn't get enough of it, and now it's making moves in Formula One and acquiring football clubs. We're talking about LVMH, the world's largest luxury empire, owning brands like Louis Vuitton, Dior, and Tiffany & Company. At the helm of this powerhouse is Bernard Arnault. You won't see him tweeting or making flashy appearances, but his rivals know him as the Wolf in Cashmere. With a knack for turning hostile takeovers into billion-dollar empires, he's made LVMH unstoppable. So how did a company known for handbags and champagne take over the world of sports? And why are they betting so big on athletes, Formula One, and the Olympics? Today, we dive into how LVMH is transforming luxury and the entire world of sports. The story of LVMH doesn't start with luxury. It starts with a boy and a bold dream. In 1821, Louis Vuitton was born in a small French village. There were no fancy beginnings, just a modest farm and a restless boy with big ideas. At 13, after clashing with his stepmother, Louis packed his belongings and did something extraordinary. He walked to Paris. Yes, you heard that right. He walked, covering over 400 kilometers. It wasn't easy. He survived on odd jobs and slept in forests, but after 2 years, he finally reached the city. And it was there that his life changed forever. Louis landed an apprenticeship as a boxmaker, and his craftsmanship quickly caught the attention of Parisian elites. Fast forward a few years to 1853, and Louis is handpicked as the personal boxmaker for the Empress of France. Talk about a resume booster, but Louis didn't just settle for prestige, he had a vision. At a time when most travel trunks were round and made of heavy leather, he created something revolutionary. Flat-topped trunks made of lightweight canvas. Not only were they easier to stack, but they were also durable and stylish. This innovation turned travel into an art form and business boomed. When Louis passed away in 1892, his son Georges took over, expanding the brand worldwide. He also introduced the iconic LV monogram to fight counterfeiting, a symbol that remains one of the most recognizable in the world today. Little did Louis know, his simple trunk designs would become the foundation of the largest luxury empire the world has ever seen. In the world of billionaires, Bernard Arnault is an enigma. Unlike the flashy tech moguls, Arnault operates quietly, earning him the nickname the Wolf in Cashmere. But his journey to the top wasn't always smooth or predictable. Born in Roubaix, France, in 1949, Arnault had a relatively modest start. His first love was music, but when he realized he wasn't destined to be a concert pianist, he shifted gears. After graduating from one of France's top engineering schools, Arnault joined his family's construction business. But even then, his ambitions went beyond pouring concrete. In the 1980s, Arnault caught wind of a golden opportunity. Christian Dior, a brand his mother adored, was buried within a failing textile conglomerate called Boussac Saint Frère. Arnault saw potential where others saw chaos. Pooling $15 million from his family and securing $45 million in loans, he bought the struggling company. But Arnault wasn't interested in textiles. He quickly sold off most of Boussac's assets, keeping only Dior in the high-end department store Le Bon Marché. This bold move catapulted Arnault from an ambitious developer to a rising star in the luxury world. And he didn't stop there. In 1989, he made his most audacious move yet, a high-stakes power play for LVMH, a newly merged company combining Moet & Chandon, Hennessy, and Louis Vuitton. The takeover wasn't smooth. LVMH's leadership was divided, and Arnault skillfully exploited the cracks. In a series of aggressive maneuvers, he acquired a controlling stake and ultimately took the reins. His rivals called it ruthless. Arnault called it strategy. Under his leadership, LVMH transformed into the powerhouse it is today. But what makes Arnault different from most CEOs is his long-term vision. To him, luxury isn't about quick profits, it's about timeless brands. As he famously said, money is just a consequence. If you do your job well, the profitability will come. Once Bernard Arnault took control of LVMH, he set his sights on one goal: making it the world's ultimate luxury empire. His strategy was simple, yet revolutionary. buy only the best, elevate their legacy, and build an unshakable global presence. LVMH's portfolio grew rapidly, acquiring brands that exuded history, craftsmanship, and cultural significance. Names like Givenchy, Fendi, Bulgari, and Tag Heuer joined the family, each bringing a unique flair to the conglomerate. Arnault wasn't just amassing brands, he was building a universe where every label maintained its creative independence while benefiting from LVMH's massive resources. This approach created what insiders call the mega-brand virtuous cycle. Here's how it works. The success of LVMH's flagship brands, like Louis Vuitton and Dior, generates enormous profits. These profits are reinvested into hiring top design talent, opening jaw-dropping flagship stores in elite locations, and funding high-profile marketing campaigns. This keeps each brand in the spotlight, driving even more growth. And it worked. In 2001, LVMH generated 10 billion euros in revenue. By 2023, that figure had skyrocketed to nearly 100 billion euros, making it the undisputed leader in the luxury market. But what truly sets LVMH apart is Arnault's long-term vision. He understands that luxury is built on loyalty and repeat customers. It's not about selling the first bottle of champagne. He said, it's about selling the second, third, and fourth. To do that, LVMH ensures its products deliver unmatched quality, timeless appeal, and a sense of exclusivity that keeps customers coming back. Arnault's empire isn't just about selling products. It's about creating cultural icons. Louis Vuitton's bags, Moet and Chandon's champagne, and Bulgari's jewelry aren't just luxury items. They're symbols of aspiration and success. For decades, luxury brands like Louis Vuitton and Dior stayed in their comfort zones, catering to the elite and sponsoring niche events like polo matches or yacht regattas. But Bernard Arnault realized that if LVMH wanted to grow, it needed to evolve. The key? Make luxury aspirational and accessible, not just for the ultra-rich, but for everyone. And where better to start than sports? Sports are the universal language, crossing cultures and classes. So, LVMH dived in head first, starting with the grandest stage of all, the Olympics. In 2024, LVMH signed a reported €150 million deal to become the top-tier partner of the Paris Olympics. But this wasn't just about slapping a logo on a stadium. Every detail screamed luxury. Louis Vuitton designed the medal cases. LVMH's cosmetics brand Sephora sponsored the Olympic torch relay. And even the medals themselves included pieces of the Eiffel Tower, crafted by LVMH subsidiary Jula Schumer. From the uniforms to the champagne bottles used in victory celebrations, LVMH was everywhere. But the Olympics are just the beginning. LVMH has partnered with global sports icons like Ronaldo, Messi, Naomi Osaka, and Serena Williams. These aren't just sponsorships, they're collaborations. Athletes like Osaka bring their personal values, style, and authenticity to the table, aligning perfectly with LVMH's brand identity. By leveraging the power of sports and the star power of athletes, LVMH isn't just selling luxury, it's selling a lifestyle. A Louis Vuitton handbag or Moet champagne isn't just a product, it's a piece of a larger story. And as sports become increasingly intertwined with fashion, LVMH is setting the standard for what modern luxury looks like. Today, LVMH isn't just a luxury empire, it's a cultural force. By blending high fashion with sports and global culture, the company has redefined what luxury means in the modern world. From Louis Vuitton's historic roots to Bernard Arnault's relentless ambition, every piece of the puzzle fits into a larger vision of timeless elegance and mass appeal. But Arnault isn't done. With recent moves like a 10-year partnership with Formula One and plans to acquire Paris FC, LVMH is positioning itself to dominate even more arenas. This isn't just about selling handbags or champagne. It's about creating an empire that resonates across generations. So, what's next for LVMH? Will they expand further into media, entertainment, or even technology? One thing's for sure, wherever they go, they'll continue setting the standard for innovation and luxury. And now, we leave the ball in your court. What do you think about LVMH's bold strategy? Do you see luxury and sports becoming even more intertwined in the future? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring business stories.